Welcome to Movie Slice, quick, fun recaps of your favorite movies, sharp, funny, and to the point. Hit subscribe and get your perfect slice of cinema. Our movie today is an adventure and action film. Its name is Ben 10 Alien Swarm. We continue Ben 10's adventures, and this time Kevin, Ben's friend, goes to an old warehouse to meet a group of young people from the black market to buy 2 bags containing cylinders filled with alien material. But unfortunately, they didn't know what this material was, or what it did. When they sense that Kevin won't pay them, they get nervous. Gwen and Ben appear and a fight almost breaks out between them, but Kevin tells them they're his partners and there's no problem at all. As soon as Ben approaches to see what this alien material is, he's surprised to find that it affects the Omnitrix watch, making him unable to control or activate it. What surprises Ben and his friends even more is discovering that one of the young people is Elena. She was their old friend and her father was one of the plumbers or secret agents who protected Earth from alien attacks. When Gwen tells the black market youth that she was one of them, Elena responds saying she's nothing like them and not an alien hybrid like Gwen. Elena tells Ben her father is missing, kidnapped by aliens, and he didn't disappear or resign from the organization, as everyone thinks. A debate ensues and no one believes Elena, but she insists it's true, and she created the story about the alien material to meet Ben and ask for his help to find her father. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure watches them from afar, suddenly controlling the alien material, which turns out to be highly advanced nanotech chip. He manipulates them, making them emerge from the cylinders, form shapes, and attack Ben and everyone present. The problem is that Ben can't control the watch at all, and the alien chips attack Gwen, but with her supernatural powers, she throws energy balls at them, forcing them to back off. After destroying some of them, Kevin transforms too and they try to destroy the chips. Meanwhile, Ben tries his luck and attempts to activate the watch. This time, he succeeds and transforms into the alien black shark. He flies around the chips, freezing them completely until they shatter. Then he attacks the person controlling the chips, and freezes him in place. Unfortunately, the person escapes before they can identify him or understand why he attacked them. When Ben returns to normal, Elena has disappeared. Kevin and Gwen suspect she was behind the attack, and it was all a trap she planned. But Ben doesn't see it that way. Later, they head to the secret agent's headquarters. Without informing or seeking permission from Grandpa Max, they begin searching the database for any information about the alien chips. Gwen examines them, trying to understand how they work and whether they are truly extraterrestrial. She discovers the chips are made from highly advanced alien technology, crafted from alien and organic materials. Strangely, they show no signs of life. Kevin continues searching the database for any information that could lead them to the chips. Ben argues with Gwen, believing it would be better to ask Elena about their origin and trust her. But Gwen insists Elena is not trustworthy, that it was all a trap she orchestrated, and they shouldn't trust her again after her father betrayed them. At that moment, Grandpa Max enters, revealing he recognizes the chips. Before he can share any information, an alarm goes off, signaling an intruder. They all search until they find Elena is the intruder. As soon as Max sees her, he expels her from the premises, stating it's because she's Victor's daughter. Elena explains she came to ask for their help to rescue her father from his captors, but Max refuses to listen and insists on expelling her. Elena then reveals the truth. 3 years ago, Max abandoned them, leaving them on the streets, even though they needed his help. Ben is the only one who trusts Elena and wants to help her. After Elena leaves, Grandpa Max explains what happened. He reveals that Victor, her father, was once his best student, trusted enough to potentially lead the organization after him. But Victor betrayed them, stealing classified alien information and the chips, turning against them. That's why he was expelled from the organization. Despite hearing all this, Ben remains steadfast in his belief that they must help Elena first and deal with her father later. She genuinely needs their help now, and no one else can save her father. When Ben refuses to follow Grandpa Max's order to stay away from Elena and expel her from the organization, he goes to meet Elena, telling her he will help her. They set out together to search for her father. Meanwhile, Kevin tries to access classified files to uncover the truth about Victor and the chips. At the same time, the mysterious man who attacked Ben and his friends earlier is revealed to be Victor, Elena's father. He attacks 2 vagrants using the chips, allowing the chips to enter their bodies and control them. Ben and Elena head to the place where her father had been staying, conducting experiments on the chips. Indeed, he and his army are there. But by the time Ben and Elena enter, Victor and his men have already left, taking a box full of chips. They load it into a truck, instructing his men to deal with Ben and Elena. Victor's plans become clearer. He wasn't studying the chips but developing them. Elena refuses to believe this, insisting her father was just obsessed with his work. Ben finds a shipping company receipt, learning Victor sent the chips to another location. Before they can leave, they're confronted by people controlled by Victor's alien chip. They attack, but Ben and Elena escape through an emergency exit. When surrounded again, Ben tries to activate the watch, but all it does is create an energy field that explodes, pushing the attackers back temporarily. They hop on their bikes and flee. Elena makes a mistake, and Ben returns to save her, taking her with him as they escape. They decide to head to the shipping company to uncover the next steps, and who's behind it all. Meanwhile, Kevin and Gwen successfully access the classified files, and they discovered the truth. They were also able to locate the largest gathering of chips, and headed there immediately. The place they went to turned out to be the same shipping company that Ben and Elena were on their way to. When they entered to search for any evidence, they were ambushed by an employee controlled by the chips, who attacked them. Kevin tried to fend him off as he absorbed the materials around him in an attempt to overpower them. They had no choice but to escape quickly in the car. However, the chips gathered and formed numerous metallic orbs that damaged the car while they were inside. Then the chips combined into a massive iron sphere that chased. It happened that Ben and Elena were in the area when they heard the sound of Kevin's car, and realized there was trouble. Kevin and Gwen were flipped over by the chips in the car and were nearly killed. Ben arrived just in time, transformed into Humongousaur, and attacked the massive, feral chip sphere. At that moment the chips transformed into another terrifying shape and tried to eliminate him. Ben threw Kevin's car at the chips, causing them to explode and be destroyed. Afterward they all returned to headquarters, where Grandpa Max scolded Ben for disobeying his orders and putting everyone in danger. But when a distress call came in from multiple locations around the world reporting an alien invasion, they set aside their differences to deal with the current crisis. They showed Grandpa Max some chips they managed to retrieve while still active. When Grandpa examined them, he was shocked by their existence and realized their claims were true. He discovered that the chips were controlled by a queen. Similar to ant or bee colonies, the queen gives the orders, and if she dies, the entire colony would perish. As they continued their search for potential hiding places for the queen, Grandpa Max, unaware, was infiltrated by one of the chips, which entered his body and controlled him. By the time the team realized what had happened, Kevin restrained him, and they tried to communicate with him. However, he deceived them and escaped. Instead of pursuing him, they decided to focus on finding the queen, as it was the only way to save Max and stop her control. They managed to pinpoint the exact location and headed there together in Kevin's new car, which he had spent 3 months assembling. When they arrived at the shipping company's headquarters, which housed the largest concentration of chips, they found a hive-like environment with shipping trucks everywhere, planes, and countless workers, loading crates filled with chips to be distributed worldwide. As they attempted to infiltrate the warehouse, they saw their grandfather standing there as if he were orchestrating the entire shipping operation. They ignored him and entered to search for the queen. Inside, they were shocked by what they saw. Victor, Elena's father, was the queen controlling the chips and the infected individuals. This meant the queen resided within him. He was suspended in the center of the warehouse, with numerous tubes attached to his body, extracting a large amount of chips as if they were coursing through his bloodstream. Witnessing this, Kevin turned on Elena, accusing her of knowing this all along and deceiving them. He believed her father was behind the entire operation. Elena did not deny these accusations, but explained that she needed their help to save her father from those controlling him. She said that if she had told the truth from the beginning, neither Max nor the team would have believed her, as had already happened. She felt she had no other choice. Ben was upset with her, telling her she should have trusted them, especially since he had believed her from the start and genuinely tried to help her. She should have had faith in him. Ben realized that Victor had been experimenting on himself all this time, turning his body into a hive capable of producing thousands of chips every minute. This meant the queen resided within him. To eliminate her, they would have to kill him. When Elena learned there was no other way, she feared for her father's life. Ben decided to join the queen's army and become one of them to fight and defeat them. However, Kevin warned him that the queen might overpower him and control his extraordinary abilities, putting the entire world at risk if the alien queen gained control of the Omnitrix's power. While Gwen tried to convince Ben to think of another plan, Ben asked her to trust him and the Omnitrix's capabilities. At that moment, one of the controlled individuals spotted Elena and attacked her. The entire army turned their attention to the four of them. Ben activated the Omnitrix and instructed Gwen to distract and delay them. He transformed into a small metallic alien and flew toward Victor. As he approached, he shrank smaller and smaller until he entered Victor's body and reached the Queen in his mind. The Queen tried to control Ben, telling him he was now part of her army, and could not resist her control. She attempted to stab him. Meanwhile, Kevin, Gwen and Elena were fighting off the army outside, trying to subdue them without harming anyone, as they were ordinary people under the Queen's control. Ben struggled against the Queen, resisting her control. When she realized he refused to join her and dominate the world, she decided to kill him, and attacked. Outside, all the chips had become active, endangering his 3 friends, and the entire world. In their battle, the Queen told Ben he had made a mistake by transforming into an insect, as she could easily defeat any insect. But Ben responded that insects could adapt to any conditions, and that humans never give up. He vowed not to let her win this battle, or take over his world. At that moment, he reached the peak of his strength, and defeated the Queen. As soon as the Queen died, a field of energy surrounded Victor, and all the chips and the people in the warehouse were destroyed. Everyone returned to normal, confused about how they ended up. Victor returned to his normal self and thanked Ben for saving his life. Grandpa Max also apologized to Victor for abandoning him and not believing him from the start, which led to this situation. He also entrusted Ben with leading the team and the organization, recognizing how reliable he had proven to be, standing strong with his friends, and he doesn't let doubt control him before dealing with the problem. And with that, our movie for today. If you liked it, hit like and subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you get alerts for every video.